Hey, my lovies. So, in the fable, The Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, the wolf was hiding himself in the skin of a sheep and is able to fool or trick the flock of sheep. Why did the wolf want to hide in the sheepskin? Why did he want to do that? What was he trying to do? He's trying to trick the sheep so that he could eat them, right? He's trying to get close enough so that he could eat them. All right. Have you ever heard the saying, a wolf in sheep's clothing? Have you ever heard that? A wolf in sheep's clothing? It's okay if you haven't. We're going to talk about it a little bit. So, that phrase, a wolf in sheep's clothing, is one that we use to describe a hidden enemy or someone who is not as they appear to be on the outside. So, hang on, I have to sneeze. Excuse me. So on the outside, the wolf looked like a sheep, right? Look at that picture. That wolf looks like a sheep, right? But he's not a sheep. He's a wolf. So in that same way, a person can seem very nice, but might not actually be very nice. Like they might be being nice to you just to get something that they want. So an example would be if someone was nice to you, but only when they wanted to play with your toys. So if they were only nice to you when they wanted something from you, like playing with your toys, you could say that they are a wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay, does that make sense? We'll talk about it a little more. So I want you to think of another time that you could use the saying a wolf in sheep's clothing. Why don't you pause this video and think about it? Maybe talk with somebody in your house and try and think of an example, okay? Try and think of an example. Oh, I have one. So I don't do this anymore because it's not right. But sometimes when I was little, if I really wanted something from my parents, like if I wanted to have a sleepover with my friends, I would do all these chores and I would clean my room and do some laundry and walk the dog. And I'd be really, really nice so that I could get my parents to say yes to whatever it was that I wanted. It didn't always work though. Actually, it didn't really work very often at all. But when I was doing that, I was being a wolf in sheep's clothing because I wasn't doing those things out of the kindness of my heart. I was doing them so that I could get something, okay? All right. Now, we are going to talk about the words the or the and a. So they're really little words, but they're really important, okay? And I want you, here we go. We're going to look. This is the word a, and this is the word the or the, right? They're small words, but they're important, and we use them all the time, right? So I want you to listen to some of the passages from the read aloud. And I want you to pay special attention how the and a are used to describe the wolf. All right? So listen really carefully. Night after night, a wolf prowled around a flock of sheep looking for one of them to eat. So the first time that you hear about the wolf, the author uses the word a to tell us that it can look like any wolf. The author says a wolf so that we can think of a wolf in our head, just any wolf, right? It doesn't matter if it's a specific wolf, it just needs to be any wolf. So let's hear what else we've got to learn, okay? Now let's look at this picture, okay? Listen to this passage and listen to the way that the author uses the word the. But one day, the wolf found the skin of a sheep that had been thrown aside. Now the author switches to using the to talk about the wolf. The author says the wolf so that we think about this specific wolf, not just any old wolf, this wolf when we're hearing the read aloud, right? So after I said the wolf put sheepskin on him and went into the field, now the rest of the story, you're thinking about this wolf that is in this picture, right? All right. Now I want you to look at this picture, okay? Look at this side, okay? In this image, there are many soccer balls, right? When I ask somebody to give me a soccer ball, it doesn't really matter which soccer ball you are to give me. So if we were together and we were in the classroom and I had a bunch of soccer balls and I said, "Hey, Reese, will you please go get me a soccer ball?" It wouldn't matter which soccer ball Reese gave me. She could give me this one and I'd be like, "Okay, cool." Or if I was like, "Hey, Tucker, can you please go get me a soccer ball?" It wouldn't matter which soccer ball he gave me, right? So when I ask somebody to give me a soccer ball, it doesn't really matter which soccer ball you give me. Any soccer ball is fine. Now, I want you to look at this side. On this side of the picture, there's only one soccer ball, right? It's the blue soccer ball. Now, if I were to ask you to give me the soccer ball, I would mean that specific soccer ball. This is the one that I would want, okay? So, which word lets me know that I'm talking about any soccer ball? So, what word, A or the, would you listen for to know that I want any of them? Not a specific one, but any. Would you listen for the word A or the? You would listen for A, right? You listen for the word A. Now, what if I was looking for a specific soccer ball? If I wanted one specific soccer ball, what would I say? What would you listen for? Would you listen for A or would you listen for the? You'd listen for the, right? So these tiny words are helpful when we're asking questions too. So let's say, let me get a couple more pens. All right, I've got some pens here, okay? So if I were to put these on your desk and I said, "Hey, Avian, can I please have a pen?" What pen is Avian going to give me? Any of them, right? Because I didn't say the pen, I said a pen. So we know that it's not specific and it doesn't matter which pen, just any of them, okay? Now, what if I were to give you these pens and I were to say, "Hey, Danny, will you please give me the pink pen?" You would know that I was looking for a specific pen, right? I want this one, the pink pen, okay? So I want you to remember those two little words that are very important, and I want you to try and think about the difference between them and what they mean, okay? All right, now your activity or your exit ticket today is you are going to get a piece of paper and you are going to write either A or the on that paper, depending on which one I should use, okay? So, okay, if I was telling you, if I wanted you to write, hang on, My words aren't working. Which word, a or the, completes the phrase that you guys learned about a wolf in sheep's clothing or the wolf in sheep's clothing? Which one is it? A wolf or the wolf? And you're going to write either A or the. And then you are going to hold up your paper and get a picture taken and send it to my email. Okay? All right, guys. Go ahead. I'll read it one more time. You learned about a wolf in sheep's clothing or the wolf in sheep's clothing. All right. Now get started. See you in a little bit.